There we go.
All right.
We'll see you on Sunday.
What a great group.
So,
all right,
all right.
Sunday. Thanks, Brad.
Yes.
Hey, rejection is never easy to deal with, whether it's a prospective lover or a prospective job. Phil Blair from Manpower's here to talk about the job end of it. He's not particularly qualified as an expert for the other.
Well, we can talk about that too. I mean, if you want to do a little segue here onto, let's go with jobs.
Let's stick with the job. And according to this that I'm reading here from your information, therapists say that job rejection can lead to as much depression as being jilted by a prospective lover.
No, it really is. And we need to take it seriously. When we sort of joke about it. It's a tough thing. You've put a lot of energy and a lot of work into this interview process and the resume and several interviews, and it's down to 2 people, and if you don't get it, it's a tough situation.
You have to have a tough shell because and my business, particularly as a younger journalist, you get rejected several times. You're trying to move up in the business, and you may go after something that maybe is a little bit too big for you at the time, or whatever the reason. You got to take it well because you never know what's going to happen in the future too, as far as that future employer.
Well, David, that's really important because a lot of times people get a temperature. I didn't want that job anyway. I didn't want to work there. You made the wrong decision. I was much better. And hold it. You put a lot of energy in wanting to go to work at that company.
Yeah.
And those people that didn't select you for this job may be the people for the next job. So be very gracious and very professional about it. And you might also ask, what could I have done differently? Or what did another candidate, not the candidate, what did another candidate have that you didn't see in my background to learn something?
Okay, that's outwardly, but inwardly, as far as taking care of yourself, how do you handle it? You have several, you have a list here. Process your emotions, first of all.
Yeah, I mean, don't deny it. Like, oh, nothing happened. I mean, it's a sad, depressing moment.
It's a life moment.
But don't dwell on it. And I especially want to tell people, you're going to go for several jobs and not get them. And in an interview, I don't want that to come through to me. I interview people and train people that they're sitting there like, let's get this interview over with. You're not going to hire me. Nobody else has hired me. I don't want to go through this thing. You're just going to reject me and get it over with. Boy, can I see that. So you really got to be on your game after the disappointment of another job. And it involves exercise. Get active. Get your network going. Get out with people. Don't go home and sulk for 2 or 3 days about it.
Yeah. Create a list of bragging rights.
Yeah. I mean, it's sort of like talk to the mirror. I'm good.
Yeah.
Right? I wasn't selected for that job, but I'm still really good at
it was
this.
you.
I can't give you that.
Okay.
But it was their loss.
Yeah.
And sorry for them, because I'm really good at this and I'm really good at this. So you're like you're all puffed up again and ready to go because you're going to have several balls in the air.
Which kind of leads to the next one. Never take it personally either.
Yeah. It's a job, right? They're not saying, I don't like you, Dave. They're not saying you're a bad person.
You're a jerk,
I just didn't see.
Well, not necessarily.
And now that we're using you as an example, we could be saying that.
Oh, man, I'll set myself up for that one.
You opened that one up, right? But they're not rejecting you as a person. They're finding somebody else they felt was a better match. And it may not be skills, it may be corporate culture, it may be personalities. But hey, what did I learn from this? Let's move on. I interview better, my resume's better, and I'm on to the next one.
And you mentioned exercise, and really exercise.
Yes.
That's what you're saying. Get out there and get to the gym, go running, whatever you do, do it.
Get in a pattern of long walks. I'm a believer in this. When you do get the job, I mean, it's very stressful being in a job search market, and we all get that. But going for a mile or 2 walk every morning to sort of set yourself up and get ready, because you got to get back into the game of networking and calling.
And never give up, never surrender, always network, even after the fact.
And follow up on that job. You know, I'm a believer in calling like 2 weeks later after the start and go,
the person
how's
you
it
hired,
going?
yeah, right.
Because every once in a while it's like, you know what, we might have made a mistake. So, or another job at that company.
Right.
There's lots of options. Just own the situation, deal with it, and move on.
All right. Next week, lover rejection.
Yes.
All right.
You'll write that one.
Thanks, Phil. After more than 3 decades of setbacks, the Hollywood casino in Hamul